Welcome to the monthly Holbrook Chamber of Commerce General Meeting at Trio in the Holbrook Country Club, 700 Patrick Holbrook Road. We have our meeting tonight. Special guests, our annual presentation from the Sachem Library. Director Neely McCahey and some of her other staff will be here as well for the presentation. We look forward to that, getting updates on all the exciting things that are happening at the library. One of my favorite places for many, many years. We meet every month, generally on a Thursday, but you can check our website, holbrookchamber.com. That's where you want to go. It has all of our meetings and events that are upcoming, as well as our Facebook page. So please check that out when you want to know when our next meeting is, or you can call our office, 631-471-2725, and we'll give you the information. Our general meetings are $25 for dinner. First time you can come as a guest, and then if you're a member, you'll be able to join us every month. We have great updates, elected officials, and most of all, great networking opportunities with some of the best people in Holbrook and the surrounding areas. So look forward to seeing you. This video will be on our YouTube channel as well. You want to click and check it out. And I want to thank Kevin for doing that from In a Flash Photo Corp and video. So please check us out there on the YouTube page. Thank you. See you next month.
So since the beginning of the year, we've got 12 new members, and based on that rate, I project we'll have 40 new members by the end of the year. So going in a good direction with that. We had a little less than 1,500 email visits, and we had 990 actual emails coming into the system. So the chamber's doing well. The fact that we use Facebook and all the different projects that we have going on our website gets a lot of attraction. Now, the Holbrook real estate market, you have 29 active houses for sale at the moment. Of the 29, 20% is new construction. So basically the rest is all resales. Your average asking price is $735. Your mid-range is $699. What's pending in contract in the last 180 days is 44 houses, and the average list price was $675. What closed in the last 180 days was 82 houses, with an average list price of $618, but a closed price of $633. So you had a 2.5% increase in the price that the homeowners were asking for. So right now, based on supply and demand, the Holbrook market's doing very well. The Dow closed today at 49,596.67, down a little bit, but it's still doing a good thing. Interest rates are between 6.25 and if you have good credit and you get FHA, you might be able to get a loan like in the 5.85, somewhere in that range. So basically, all in all, the real estate market in Holbrook is doing very well. That's all I have to say. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Chris. So we always appreciate our elected officials when they can make it down. They're busy, their schedules are crazy. Councilman Lorenzo's aide, Richie Lutz, he just left a little earlier. Councilman Lorenzo sends his best. Doug Smith, we know he's very busy. He's up at Albany right now. He's been back and forth going crazy. He sends his best. And of course, we have our county legislator, I tell you, the guy who's brought more money into Holbrook ever. At least in my watch, and that's about 50 years I'm living in this area, involved with Holbrook. So I want our presiding officer of the Suffolk County Legislator Piccarello.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You need me to use the mic? You got me. Good. Use the mic? Okay. I didn't want to be on the record. No, I'm just kidding.
You can wait on the podium.
Always a pleasure to be with you. Thanks, Rick. Kenny, the whole board, Fred and Kevin. I know they couldn't be here tonight. They're recovering still. But it's great to be with you all, obviously, and we're going into our spring season now. As always, in the legislature, we're focused on our finances. When I first came to the legislature, we were facing a $500 million deficit. When the Republicans took the majority in 2021, until now, we turned that around. We now have a $500 million surplus. We had a junk bond rating in the rating markets. We're now at AA from junk bond status. So we moved up 6 points on the bond rating. which means in layman's terms, when the government goes out to borrow money to do public works projects like the Holbrook Sewer Project, like the Park Project in Holbrook, like paving of Patrick Holbrook Road and Nichols Road, we go out to the market for that money. And now that we have a better bond rating, we can borrow money for a cheaper price, which is less strain on our general fund, which means we don't have to raise taxes. That's why the last 3 years, we have not pierced the tax cap. Actually, 2 years we stayed under, 1 year we stayed right at it. And that's really good for people. Obviously, our region is taxed enough, but to run a municipal government, to service 1.5 billion people, it comes with an expense. And we try to keep those expenses in line with what people are going through in our communities. But the legislature is really focused not only on finances, obviously, but public safety. We have 250 new police officers joining the ranks of the Suffolk County Police Department, obviously focused on quality of life issues that we see every single day. We have some new e-bike regulations that the state of New York brought down. If you are under the age of 16, you cannot ride an e-bike in Suffolk County. It's illegal. So the bike will be impounded if the police catch you doing that. If you're over 16 and you're not wearing a helmet, the bike will be impounded. And also, if you're driving an e-bike on a road that's over 35 miles per hour, the bike can be impounded. So I would definitely spread the word on that. We're trying to do some educational pieces about e-bikes. Unfortunately, people were abusing them. They go very fast. They were riding on sidewalks. They were riding in the middle of the street. They were trying to run cars off the road. So the state created some legislation, and we adopted it here locally. But more really Holbrook related, obviously working with the Chamber. They're a great partner with me in my office to bring the kind of money that we need into our town that for years our town wasn't able to get because we didn't have the advocates that we needed at the county level to make sure we could do projects like the Holbrook Main Street Sewer Project. We've talked about it probably for almost 30 years, but 20 something since you guys have been here. And that after I was able to secure the $12 million for the project through state, federal, and county money, that is going to come to fruition now. We're still on schedule to get that done. If we didn't have a bad winter, it would have probably started sooner because it was a frigid winter, kind of held up our construction a little bit. But it will go out to bid, and construction will start shortly. And that's about 1.5 to 2 years, that project from start to finish. And then we're really going to start to talk about the revitalization of Main Street, bringing in more businesses and more opportunities for people to invest right here in Holbrook. And when private money invests in your community, you really see the economic boom that we've talked about for a long time. Businesses can expand, they can hire local people, and that's really important, I think, for everybody, not just in this room, but for the tax base, because for years, we've shouldered the fact that new businesses have not come into Holbrook, especially on Main Street. And I give the existing businesses a lot of credit. They've weathered a lot of storms here over the years, whether it's the financial crisis or COVID. They've really come together to keep their doors open and keep people employed while providing services for the community. But I think this will be a shot in the arm for them when you have new money coming in and you have that public-private partnership where the government's making the investment on behalf of the taxpayers to say, hey, listen, this is a gem of the community. We're sandwiched between the Ronkonkoma hub and downtown Patchogue, and we need to have the money and the options available for people to say, hey, I want to be in a community that's surrounded by residential homes like in Holbrook, where we have people making the median income of $75,000 to $85,000 who want to spend money in our downtown and promote our businesses. And with the Chamber promoting all the local businesses and working with the government officials, I think that's going to happen sooner than later. And I think it's going to be a real boon to downtown Holbrook and the surrounding communities. And I have to give the Chamber a lot of credit for their advocacy over the years, because a lot of organizations that don't have strong advocacy with the elected officials don't see the money come in that's necessary to make sure our local economy stays afloat. So I just want to give the Chamber Board a big round of applause. They deserve it. We are in our budget time. Our capital budget obviously is a big part of local government. Our capital budget is all the projects that you see going on from Nichols Road, from Melville to Montauk, anything county related, as far as infrastructure or parks, beaches, you name it, anything capital budget related goes through this capital budget process. Just happens that I'm the chair of that committee, so I try to take care of my community, I won't lie, and we're very successful in doing so. We're very successful in doing so. The proposed capital budget this year is $897 million. It's a very robust capital budget. But like as I am now the presiding officer of the legislature, I'm responsible, for not just this district, but the 17 other districts. Obviously, the elected officials in those districts are responsible for their advocacy, but they come to me with basically their list of wants and needs of their district, and I really have to look at those wants and needs and say what's in the best interest of the elected official in that area, and then what's in the best interest of the county as a whole and the taxpayers that are paying for all this. And we always usually come to an agreement to make sure that there is needs rather than wants. So when we talk about wastewater infrastructure, when we talk about bridge and road repair, those are the three big bill items that we spend a lot of money on. Sewers are an expensive endeavor. Just in the Oakdale Sewer Project alone, also in my district, we're going to connect about 400 single-family homes, about 8 commercial properties, and it costs around $47 million just for that. So the price tag increases every year. With inflation, it gets worse and worse and worse. Obviously, COVID did not help. The federal government kind of went crazy with spending during COVID and really jacked up the prices of the projects that municipalities have to foot the bill for. We did get a lot of federal money in the American Rescue Plan, specifically for wastewater infrastructure. So on Long Island, we obviously stand above our water resource. We stand on top of our single source aquifer. It's important that we protect that. We don't want to start pumping water from upstate New York or New York City, which is a really costly endeavor that would only raise your water bill probably triple what you're paying now. So we want to protect our resource. It's a responsibility to everyone here, and I take that seriously. I was the former chair of the Environment, Parks, and Agriculture Committee before I became presiding officer, and we worked on a bipartisan basis to make sure that we're doing the right thing to protect our aquifer, our coastlines, marshlands, do storm mitigation. Those are all things that raise property values and really not only in the coastal communities, but even up in the middle of the island where we are now. So obviously my phone is always open, my phone's always on, my door's always open. I'm a big advocate for not only Holbrook, but my entire district and really all of Suffolk County. We're competing with, New York City, Nassau County, 2 big centers for tourism. We are still a tourist community. People don't really remember that a lot of people come here every single year to go to our wineries, to attend our beaches, to go to concerts. We have the trade parade, obviously, for New York City every weekend, with their second homes on the East End. And that's a big draw to get money from outside of Suffolk inside to Suffolk. And we have what we call the hotel motel tax, where 60% of that is paid by non-Suffolk residents. And we use that money for tourism, for economic development, to enhance our parks and beaches, to enhance public spaces across the county. And I think it's really important that we continue to make those investments because once you talk about retreat, which is going on right now on the Jersey Shore, where they're actually buying homes, people on the beach to get off because they're having so many problems because they didn't do what we do every day in the legislature, which is the coastal resiliency projects that fortify beaches and flood zones to make sure that people can continue to live and enjoy our coastal communities. So we do a lot every single day in the legislature. A lot of it goes unnoticed because we don't get the coverage that my colleagues get in Washington, D.C. and Albany. But I would say, and I say this to them tongue-in-cheek, but seriously on the same note, what we do here is almost more important than what happens at the federal and state level because there's a direct impact to everybody in this room. And that impact happens right away, where if something happens in D.C., we may not see that take fruition for 5 to 10 years. If something happens in the state of New York, we may see a 2 to 4 year window before we feel the effects of that. But when we do things at the county, town, and village level, you kind of see that right away, whether it's paving, whether it's more police on the street, whether it's something like the e-bike legislation. It's really important that we are able to do the educational piece, come to these forums, and explain what we do every single day. So that's why I come to all these meetings. I can't get to every single one, but I try to get to the majority of them, especially representing multiple hamlets that have meetings on the same night. Sometimes I wish there was a little more coordination, but it's very hard to, juggle all those balls in the air. Yeah, they do. I have a great team. I have 2 new aides in my office, Chris and John. They're a great addition to my office. So if you call and you need anything, you can speak to them and they'll relay that message to me. Most of you know me and have my cell phone number. Feel free to reach out at any time, and I'm always here to help. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, pal. Fantastic. And now our guests of honor. Well, the only one that could follow that would be the great Sachem Library. Boy, I got such great memories of that library. I've been going there for over 50 years now. I hate to admit it, but that's the truth. And what a safe haven it is. But what's so amazing, and I say this often, is the transformation that the library made with the times. Because, everybody started going online and reading online. And you guys have, and I said, wow, what's going to happen to the books? But not only have you kept the books, but you become like an epicenter for everything. Technology, socialization, entertainment, research. It's just incredible how you guys diversify. card. So it's brilliant, and that's certainly a compliment to you and Sachem Library, my favorite library, obviously. So Neely McCahey and Alexandra Mercado, or Allie as we call her, are here to give us a presentation on what's happening at the library. Thank you, Neely.
Thank you so much, Rick. There's no one that does a better introduction, I swear. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Ken. It's great to be here, folks. And you know what's so heartwarming is when we walk in the room and people tell us their library stories. I had my kids at the library this week. I have my first library card. I remember when it was on Hawkins Road. Those stories never, Fern, you're laughing. They never get old. They never get old. They're heartwarming. And it's the pride that has been there with the community library since the beginning. And the Sachem Public Library is celebrating its 110th year of service to the Sachem community in 2026. Thank you. Thank you. So when my colleague Allie and I were putting together this pictorial presentation this evening, we're going to hopefully warm your hearts and maybe remind you of some of the wonderful things that are available to you at the Sachem Public Library. That also happens to be voted, because of all of you, the best library on Long Island for I don't even know how many years in a row. We've lost track of how, and it is all public-based, that competition. So we thank everyone for casting their votes. It means a lot to us. We also happen to be one of the top-rated employers. We had worked with, I think it was Newsday last year, so we're very proud of that the people like working at the library, and we employ a lot of local folks. So anyway, we're gonna take you on this ride tonight, and hopefully you'll enjoy what we have in store for you. I'm gonna introduce Allie Mercado, who is going to be taking on new roles and responsibilities at the library and doing a lot more out in the community with chambers and government elected officials and things. So we're really happy to have her on board tonight.
How many years, Allie? You've been coming to these meetings how many years now? I've known you for so many, 10 years? Is it?
Yeah.
9. Right. Very close.
Well, let's just round up. 10. 10.
What was she 10 when she started?
On that note, with no further ado, here we go, Al.
Do I need to hold this? Yeah. Yes? Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Allie. Thank you for having me. Grew up a Holbrook resident. My parents' house is still right by the library, so this chamber always has a little extra special piece of my heart. And thank you, Rick, for that introduction, because that's actually the route we'll be taking this evening, is what a library looks like in the year of 2026. So we will start with some of our outdoor spaces. So the library has 2 outdoor spaces. The first one I'll talk to you about is Discovery Grove. So it's a certified outdoor nature classroom for children. And maybe I'll use the pointer. This right here is Lisa Stevens, one of our very talented librarians. She's the manager for the space out there. So each year she purchases caterpillars, sees them through the process of metamorphosis, and we do a butterfly release annually of painted lady butterflies. So this is from last year. Because it was a chilly spring, we actually haven't done it yet. So that is still coming soon. So you can keep an eye on our Facebook page if that's something of interest to you. Then these next 2 slides. So there is a thing called International Mud Day. It's a real thing. It is international, and we have been celebrating it for what will be 6 years this June. So Lisa and her team fill the space with different activities. So this is our mud pit right here. Kids love it. Parents tolerate it. Then this is a collaboration with our studio department. One of our studio department head, Anthony, he's great with working with wood and tools, so he builds these scarecrow frames each year. So this is a family program that takes place in the space typically each year. So this is a family in their completed scarecrow. So this, even though it's a kids program, it's actually in our larger outdoor space, our first outdoor space called Inside Out, and it is a registered public garden. So they do this event in the larger space because we have this nice paved pathway, so families can bring their kids with an unmotorized car, and kids can play pretend. So here's a kid at a gas pump. There's also a post office where the kids stop and write letters and mail them. It's very cute. Again, this will be coming up in actually a few weeks for, I think, the 3rd year in a row. So we do music performances in our outdoor spaces as well. So this is part of our newer space. This area is called Paulson's Pavilion. It's actually named after one of our trustees that passed away a few years ago. We did some renovations to the space and then dedicated this in her honor. So this is one of our like a more intimate performance. So this was a Beatles cover group that people really enjoyed. And then we will also rent the Showmobile from Suffolk County and have 3 large-scale performances throughout the summer. So typically we'll do a June, July, August concert. So those are lined up. Keep an eye on our newsletter. We'll have Southbound, Just 60s, and Radio Flashback this summer. And yeah, some of you might be familiar with they're all local treasures. So Anthony, Legislator Piccirillo, was speaking before about omnibus funding. So him and Nick Caracappa both represent our area, and they secure us a certain amount of omnibus funding for cultural programming. So that funding supports these events. So we are very grateful for that. Then moving into what we do for adults. Believe it or not, each week at Sachem Public Library, there's 30 to 40 individual events happening for our adult patrons. This is an example of one of them, a little bit more of a simple one. This is just bingo. We host it once a month. People go, they go nuts for it. Huge hit with our assisted livings in our area. They'll bring them down on the bus. Our day programs for adults with special needs, they'll bring them over. It's very serious. You could hear a pin drop as these numbers are being called. Then this is a little bit more of like an elevated experience at the library. So these 2 patrons actually made these stained glass seashells in a program last year, and they used a soldering iron to make these.
At their public library.
They sure did. And then we also do some hands-on cooking programs. So this was a Cooking with Judy. They made these apple cakes to take home and bake. And yeah. At the library, yes. Yes. So Sachem Public Library has an official mascot.
Did you know?
We should. Missed opportunity. He is a chipmunk, and his name is Chippy. We were going to host a poll on Facebook to name him, but he was making some appearances in the children's room as we bought the costume and we're getting a feel for it, and the kids just started calling him Chippy, so he was named by our little patrons. Here he is checking out our gallery space on the lower level. Local artists can exhibit original artwork down there. The exhibit changes every month. And then here's Chippy in our children's room, which is a fun place to be anytime the library is open. So families, even if they're not registered for a specific class or event, they'll just come hang out, play with some of the toys, enjoy some time being in their library. We are pretty consistently partnering with our local electeds, law enforcement, nonprofits, chambers of commerce. So this was actually our first time doing a Coffee with the Cop event. Coffee with the Cop events have been around for some time now, and we just joined the club. So Suffolk County 6th Precinct COPE came down and casually engaged with some community members. The seniors really enjoyed it. They loved getting the special individualized attention, asking their questions. And also, to speak to Anthony's point before, a lot of the conversation revolved around the e-bike mania that we see on the streets. So they were able to voice their concerns about that. Next, we have Brookhaven Town Councilman Neil Manzella. This has come to be an annual event at the library. It's kind of an odd combination of things. The town of Brookhaven does an annual toy drive. Neil will come down, we'll pick one date where we do an extra push for the toy drive, but we combine it with Suffolk County PD for a drug take-back event. But for whatever reason, people love it. They drop off some expired meds, leave a toy, and you know, we're not going to stop doing it because people themselves don't think it's odd.
They don't. And they like to caboose with the council.
Oh yeah, big time. And then with the town of Brookhaven, we also host an annual special recycling event. We used to call it a 3-in-1 recycling event, but they added a cardboard component, so now it's really 4 things. People can shred personal documents. They shred them in a shredding truck right on the spot, so people like that. Again, it's the expired meds, but then it's also e-waste, so expired laptops, DVD players. We just toasted ours this past Saturday, and 625 cars came through to participate in the event. That's me with a community member, and then that is Dennis O'Hara from the New York Army National Guard. If you didn't know, September is National Preparedness Month. So they've been coming down to the library a few years now for this annual talk on preparedness, and because we get such a good turnout, it's able to be what's considered a bagged event. So those backpacks that you see, each patron gets to take one home for free with some emergency supplies in it. So they love it. And then, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pass it off now. All right, Allie, thank you so much. I'm going to take the, I think it goes back to you, right?
It does.
Yeah, so I'm going to pass it back to Allie. What we're showing you here is some of our physical spaces, and we're big believers in giving everyone what they want. And one of the most requested things is space, quiet space, when coming into the library. So what you're looking at here is a newly renovated lower level that, oh my gosh, only 6 months ago still had big, clunky, blonde wood study carrels from when we were in like high school, folks. Now we have these sleek, mobile if we want them to be, individual study pods that are soundproof and ventilated and wildly popular. So there are 4 of them in this picture, but we actually have a 5th one that's been installed. And that's a look from above. We also added booth seating that has been it's like first come, first serve. People love to, if it's one person, spread out at the table. If you're doing group study or gathering with some folks, grabbing things from the cafe and coming downstairs. We're really, really proud of this investment. And a few slides later, I will show you the expansion of it. You want to talk about Brewport? I'm going to talk about Brewport. So Brewport is the library's cafe. We've partnered with this brick and mortar from Bellport. They have been to our meeting here, I think maybe about a year ago, 2 entrepreneurs that got into the coffee biz, and I think they've been in the space now at Sachem for 2 years, going on 3. We recently expanded their space due to popularity. So they have monthly specials. They partner with Hilltop Bagels. So we have like breakfast and lunch foods that are prepared already, and some bakery goods. So it's a convenience, and we're happy to support local business. And I'm going to pass it back to Allie.
Thank you. So the library has a robust program in place for teens to volunteer on different library initiatives in exchange for service credit. So here are our garden guardians. So this is in our inside out garden. They help plant, maintain, prune, and even harvest the garden beds. Some of the plants are vegetables, so when they're harvested, we bring them to some local pantries. And here's another shot of them. This was a cool event. This was the first time we did it. We hosted a cultural night with the teens maybe 2 months ago. This was actually an idea that came from the teens, that they wanted to offer this event to the community. So they each were responsible for preparing their table. Some of them danced, some of them had poster boards, and then it was an open event for people to stop by and check out. And then each March, the library hosts a Sachem Con event. So like all things cosplay, manga, anime, those sorts of things. And these are kids getting like a lightsaber lesson.
Jedi training.
Yes, yes. We also partner with the schools, so our K through 5 schools, middle schools, high schools. We have librarians that go and meet the kids at the school and support the educators there. Typically when the library is going, it'll be an activity that's STEM focused. So here's some kids, I think this is one of the high schools?
I believe so,
Yeah. Okay. And then we host an annual Garden of Lights event. So this is a community-built light show walkthrough. So our studio department head, Anthony, he leads this charge and kind of manages the community members and staff members. The lights are set to the sounds of the music. The theme changes each year, so no two shows are exactly the same. And this event actually sees like thousands of people each year, and it's free, but high quality, which is what the library is aimed at offering our community. And then speaking of our anniversary, so the library's celebrating 110 years this year, so we are hosting Springfest. So it'll be sort of everything but the kitchen sink. Petting zoo.
In your Holbrook happenings.
Yes, yes. So there will be craft fair vendors, a giant inflatable slide, petting zoo. Indoor, our friends of the library will have their used book sale, 2 different bands performing live music, so we're really excited about it. May 16th, so that's very soon. All right. We also are renting a full-scale carousel from a party company. Yes. Yes, yes. And that was Neely's vision. We probably talked with 5+ companies. Carousels were available, then carousels weren't available. It was madness. But but we have a deposit down and paperwork signed. So
Yes.
100%. And then Neely's going to talk. Go ahead.
Yes, I believe there will be cotton candy. I hope so. Yeah, there's penny candy, popcorn, and food vendors. Yes. All right. So I am going. Thank you, Allie. Allie did a lion's share of this presentation. I'm going to bring it home for us now. Allie, thank you so much. So for slide 29, this is the upper level reno, because if you've been down to our building, you know we've got that 60s-esque mezzanine kind of split level that's upper and lower. So what we're showing you is a sneak peek of what's coming in the months of June, July, and August. We're giving the people what they want using our existing floor space and not reducing the size of our book collection. So we're using our open space. And what you're looking at here is the drawing for some more of those individual study pods. Currently, we only had 4 study rooms, traditional study rooms, past the reference desk. After this phase of the project, we will be moving from 4 spaces to 10 spaces, plus a study pod max. So that is like a mobile meeting room, because we're losing the space behind the reference desk, and I'm going to go into what our studio makerspace expansion is going to look like. We're really excited about this opportunity. As you can see, it has a whiteboard and a screen for collaborative work, and it will be popped up right behind the elevator on the upper level. So 10 years ago, in our 100th anniversary year, we introduced the community to the Sachem Studio Space, which is our maker space. And it's one of our premier services that we offer the community. And it's very hard for us to keep up with the demand. We've outgrown the space, and we happen to have some capital reserves that the board has voted on expanding the studio space as it is currently to 4 times the size. So still, using the footprint of the building, not reducing collections, but just moving the furniture around, folks. This is our inspo board. It's going to be bright, it's going to be inviting, it's going to have its own flexible programming space and the ability for us to expand the services, the technologies that we offer our community. It's very exciting. So we're hoping to, I'm not going to say break ground, but begin the project in the month of July, and we are shooting to wrap up and do a ribbon cutting by the end of our 110th anniversary. So celebrating one of the oldest businesses in the community by new technology and exciting advancement at the end of the anniversary year. Okay, one of the other points we wanted to make is the Sachem Public Library was recently designated certifiably sustainable. So it was a multi-year process. We're a big organization, and what we were trying to do as a business is to achieve the triple bottom line, which means as a business, we're trying to be environmentally sound, socially equitable, and economically feasible. Some of these efforts are listed here on this slide. Our recycling efforts, we collect different donations, food donations, mitten and scarf donations during the winter. We have a plant swapping station. Even our museum pass program is considered sustainable. Allie had mentioned the Painted Lady butterfly release, and we're really, really proud of this designation because it was no easy feat, and it was a very large number of employees that got involved and really believed in what we were doing here. And we just got that designation on May 1st. So it's brand new. And then I think this is my final slide, and it's a kind of like, in case you missed it, some convenient services that are available daily to you. Notary services, passport services, we're considered a business center. We could fax, scan, and copy. Remote printing, we hear so often people will call and say, hey, if we hit this remote printing at the bottom of your webpage, we could send our print job over because my printer's on the fritz at home. And really, how many people have printers at home anymore? So we offer that convenient service. We also have shredding bids on a daily basis. The only difference is from that 3-in-1 event is that you put your papers in to be shred, and it gets picked up once a week. So you can get a certification from the company, but it's not immediate like that 3-in-1 event where you're seeing it visibly go through the shredding machine. We also have a library of things that offers lawn games, instruments, cameras, sewing machines, and tools. And then one more item that I wanted to mention is we offer plastic bag collection. It's part of our sustainable initiative. If you have a bunch of plastic bags you're getting rid of, your Amazon packages or your Prime packages, what else? Things that are coming from stores. You can collect them. There's a receptacle right in our lobby that you can pop them in, and what we're doing is we're collecting them, and we are involved in the Next Trex Challenge. So once we hit a certain poundage of plastic bags, and it's going to take a long time, we will get a Next Trex or Trex bench made out of those recycled plastic bags. So it's, again, another way that we're very proud to be sustainable. And I believe that concludes our presentation tonight, and we thank you for your time. That's a great question. Should I hold the microphone? So adding more parking spaces. We don't have any plans to right now, but we're always looking to improve. So we will keep that in mind and see what we can do. It depends on if we can, what's that? Carpool. Park at Nokomis, walk over. Those are the options we could offer right now. Ride the e-bike. Oh goodness, oh goodness. I feel like I saw a hand back, Frank. Nokomis is open, yeah. So we get we get authorization from the school district to utilize their parking lot. And then we also try to notify neighbors in case there are cars parked in front of their houses. So we'll, thank you for pointing that out. Krista, right? Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, so we have crossing guards for this next big event, and public safety that'll be coming through as well. Jerry? You do. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So it's off. It is available 4 days a week, and there are hours. So we always suggest that you call the library ahead of time to make sure that it's convenient for your schedule. We would hate for you to come down and a notary not be available, or something.
It's on the phone menu. Just call and press 3.
And then also, as chamber members and community members, if you don't already have your library card, please come down and visit us. And Allie and I and our colleagues are always willing to, if you want a tour of the building, come on down for a visit, and we'd love to take you around. But we really appreciate your time this evening. Thank you so much.
Good job, Neely. Fantastic. And wow, congratulations on the library and how you guys are evolving and remaining economically viable and responsible stewards to our environment. Thank you so much. We love the library. The library has been absolutely, along with the fire department, our two greatest partners in the Chamber of Commerce. We work synonymously with them with business, and they're just a fantastic resource. So thank you guys for that, and thank you for that wonderful presentation. And as you continue to evolve, we're so proud of you, and we wish you well. It's about 7:15. We can maybe zip around the room real quick. We don't have a huge crowd. Everybody just want to give us a quick 30-second who you are, what's going on real quick, and then we'll do it. We'll start with Karen Roth here. Karen?
Hi, I'm Karen Roth from RE/MAX Integrity Leaders, a residential real estate agent. I am also a board member of the Greater Middle Country Chamber of Commerce and a member of Ronkonkoma, Farmingville, and this one. I am also on the Long Island Advisory Board for Make-A-Wish.
Frank Rizzo, I'm a financial advisor with Equitable Advisors right here in Melville. Been in the business for 28 years now. My team focuses on wealth management and estate planning, and then we also have a corporate benefits 401k plan, health insurance, which we all love, and which we have employees from 5 that we work with to 3,000 employees. So we can handle small and large groups.
Thank you. Ray Lamanna. I am the president of Tri-Build Construction here in Holbrook. We just renovated our new headquarters with a nice showroom, and we will be having our grand opening next Friday, 4 p.m. Ribbon cutting and just have some fun. So the information is here. Hopefully we can see everybody down there. Thank you.
Good evening, boys and girls. Jerry Keeley, Bergolian Landscaping and Sprinkler Systems. We are licensed. We are insured. We just kicked off our 19th year in business, and thank God things are going good. Plenty of business. Anybody need anything, give us a call, and we'll get back to you within like 24 hours.
Good evening, everybody. It's Ray Kilcar, RJK Electric. It's Ray Kilcar, RJK Electric, residential, commercial needs, buildings, houses. 27th year in business. Got a group of good guys. We do anything small, anything big. And you know anybody, give us a call. Thanks.
Neely, Allie, that was awesome. What a great presentation. I'm just, just a little older than you, Allie. I have a 6-year-old, so I'm back in the game. But the point is, my wife is a homeschooler, and the library is a huge resource, without any doubt. So it's amazing. I think I'm 2 years in a row building a scarecrow, so thank you. But a lot of fun. People join the chamber, as Rick knows, for really 2 reasons, I imagine. Give back to your community, help out, things like that. But they also want to get business. A lot of people that say, oh, join your chamber, try to get some business. If you're in these groups and in the chambers and you're not in an industry-specific group, like a BNI or a Legit or something like that, BXB is a industry-specific organization. We have 13 chapters, over 250 members within a quick 18 months to 2 years now. We're starting a chapter right in this room. In 2 weeks, every Wednesday, starting May 20th at 7 a.m. to 8:30. It's an hour-and-a-half meeting If you are looking to help get yourself more business, we all know the best way to get business is referrals. And usually those in-person networking groups are the best way to do it, but many of you may be in one, or you know somebody that wants to get in one and can't because the category is already taken in another group. All right, that's the unique thing about these groups, is that when you're in that as the marketer or digital print media or the electrician or the sprinkler guy or the builder, once your category is taken, you can't get in. So if you want to try to get in and you know anybody that is starting up a business and wants to get in one of these category-specific groups right here in Holbrook, and I'm looking to help the chamber because I want all my BXBers that are going to grow out of this group here in Holbrook to also become chamber as members as well. So it's going to be mutually beneficial. I want to grow this thing. It's in my backyard. I live right in the colony, and very excited to have something in my backyard. So thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for giving back. He made a nice badge for me, and he's going to make badges for the rest of the board, so that's the kind of guy he is. So thank you, Cliff. Appreciate that, and good luck with your group. I think you guys are going to do very well. Kenny.
You got it, Ken San Pedro, owner of the carpet cleaning guy for almost 25 years, man. Blows my mind. We help people clean their homes, their businesses. We keep your home clean and safe. We've been doing it for a long time. We're very good at it. Carpets, upholstery, tile and grout, area rugs. Give us a call. Thank you.
Do I get to sing? Hi, my name is Melinda Cantor. I'm a Holbrook resident. I do have a business. I do invitations, wedding invitations, any kind of invitations. I'm a graphic designer. I did want to bring my business here, but there was no space available. So, I'm sorry, I'm in Lake Grove. Anyway, I love the library. I go there when I just want to get out because I work a lot from home. I have an office though, and I'm always there with my Brewport coffee, and I use the pod. It's great. I love it. Okay, thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Krista Donnelly. I work for Options for Community Living in their marketing and development department. So Options is a nonprofit, and they help people with mental illness, HIV and AIDS, and also chronic conditions get housing. So, and also the supports that they need, because of course when you have those difficult diagnoses, you need a lot of support. And I also want to go out on my own too and help businesses do marketing and have some fun. So that's me.
Hello, Frank Flandina. I do digital marketing for any type of business. I do websites, search engine optimization to find your business organically on the web, so you don't necessarily have to pay thousands of dollars to Google to be found. So you can be found by your keywords in a little search box, everything like that. Bing, Google, Apple, all those things. So I run a free scan on my website. You can see how you appear for yourself. If you're interested in any questions, just give me a call. Thanks.
I'm Marilyn Wenz. I'm the owner of the Wenz Law Firm, and we specialize in matrimonial and family law. That means we handle divorces, very contested divorces, or very simple divorces that never see the inside of a courtroom. And I have over 25 years of experience in this area. My office is conveniently located right behind Jake's 58. It's like 10 minutes from here. So, but I'm a Holbrook resident for 54 years now, okay? So that's why I'm a member of the Holbrook Chamber, and I'm the coordinator of the Memorial Day Parade. So Monday, May 25th, be there, 11 a.m. we start the march. We'll start to assemble at the plaza on Main Street in Holbrook at 10:15. Join us. We'd like to really celebrate this year.
Hi, my name's Jean Lazaro. For years we owned the deli in Holbrook, and we sold it, and the last 19 years we've owned an ATV business. We make the parts for a lot of ATVs, and actually last month we were written up in the Dirt Wheels magazine. Yeah, it was nice. I also just want to mention the fireworks show at the lake. It was originally scheduled for the 23rd of May. Now it's been moved to May 30th. Everyone should go if they can. That's it.
Let me get up here. Okay, hi. Good evening, everybody. I'm Kevin Himes, past president of the Ronkonkoma Chamber of Commerce. Still very active with Scholarship Committee, Community and Government Relations, and on with that. Also a member of the Brookhaven Chambers of Commerce Coalition and the Lake Ronkonkoma Advisory Board. So what we're doing is we're kicking off the month of May with the Ronkonkoma Street Fair, our annual street fair, Memorial Day weekend on Saturday, May 24th. And also we'd like everyone to come to our Memorial Day parade. Starts off on Church Street, I believe, in Lake Ronkonkoma, May 25th at 10 a.m. So hope to see some of you there. Thank you, Rick.
Hi, everybody. I'm Fern Spees. I am semi-retired. I did close my Spees travel agency up. I work part-time at it. I have been president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, and director of this organization for many, many, many years. I've held every position in here, and I've loved it. And I am still a member of the organization, as you can see. But I give Rick a lot of credit, Marilyn and Jerry, who are continuing on, and Chris, who took my spot on the board, and Kenny. Oh, how can I forget Kenny? Oh, God. 1-800 carpet cleaning, whatever it is. 1-800 we do rugs, right? I'm sorry, Ken. I got it. I have to call him anyhow to do our house. But it's been a pleasure. It's been great seeing this organization strive and drive and grow and grow. My father started it in 1954. I was born and raised in this community. I know it well, as I am one of those who entered the Ronkonkoma Library in 1945, going through the books and all of that with my mother.
3 years old.
At 3 years old. So I do remember the area very well. I graduated from Sachem in 1960. So it's been a long time, but it's been great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fern.
Allie?
Thank you. Hello again, everyone. Allie from Sachem Library. Thank you for your time tonight. Join us at Springfest Saturday, May 16th, 11 to 2. Carousel, petting zoo. You won't regret it. Okay, thank you.
At the library. 1, 2. Is there a theme?
At the library, yes, a wonderful library. And I just want to mention our vice president, Kevin Guilfoyle, who has actually been my vice president. Talk about 27 years. 27 years we're doing this. We're in our 27th year of being officers of this chamber, which is amazing. And we still haven't got nearly what we want to get done, but we will. But so Kevin couldn't be here tonight. His health has been really giving him a challenge the last couple of years. But I'll tell you, he's as sharp as a tack. So much so that he emailed Neely at 4 o'clock, and I was like, why does he do that? Asking her about finding grant funding for our beautiful community park that we're doing, the Chamber Park that we're working on. We hope to see that happen. That's the vacant property right by 7-Eleven. It's going to sit for a little bit while the project gets developed, but eventually when that does get done, that is going to be a gem. It's going to be a beautiful gem for our community. Fern? Yeah, well, I'm going to mention that. You got to let me finish. and my treasurer as well. Fred Costi was helping me set up early this morning. Fred had just had his knee replaced, so he's been going through health as well. And but Fred owns the Costi Agency, which is the oldest business in Holbrook, is the Costi Agency, started by Fern's mom and then her dad as well. And so they talk about a history, and we're blessed to have the Costi family. They've been a big part of it, so much so that we have our board meetings there. And how blessed am I? You know, we're getting a little older. That's why we want to try to get this work done. We can see, kind of see that light coming, through the trees. But
we're getting close. And with partners like Anthony Piccarello and our elected officials, we'll get there and we'll get a lot of work done. The next 10 years, this community is going to dynamically change, but only for the better. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm Rick Amorati, as I told you, proud president of the Chamber. I always put that first, even before my business, but I do have bills to pay too. I have a publication called The Happenings Magazine, happenings in Holbrook and Holtzville, and then one in Ronkonkoma. Each book was 80 pages, which is about as good as you're going to get with a publication like that. I love it. It serves the community. People call me up when they don't get the magazine. They can get an extra copy. It's just amazing. They're reading it. They love it. And I'm helping small businesses, and I'm putting them on the map and helping the Chamber. And you know what people say? Hey, what's new? What's happening? And that's why I called it Happenings, because that's exactly what it is. So thank you very much. And I got to thank you in a copy. And I would love to, anybody wants to work with me, love to work with you as well. The book has got the Good Housekeeping seal. A lot of people think it's the Holbrook Chamber of Commerce book, which is great. The idea actually came from my vice president. I got to give him credit because he's the one who motivated me to do this. So, and that's it. So thank you guys for being here tonight. And we'll be having our meeting on June 18th. Check our Facebook. It'll be on there with all the correct information, right, Frank? And then on top of that, you can check our website. We're going to do something at Irish Times, June 18th. It's going to be like a summer soiree. Really not much speaking. If the electeds are there, we'll let them speak a little bit about things happening. But more or less, just have a good time, network, talk about our carnival. Those who can help us out with the carnival this year, we'd love your support. Many of you do support us, so we're looking forward to that as well. What's that? The carnival? Or the event? Yeah, 4 o'clock. Yeah, we're going to be there. Yeah, 5:30. Yeah, well, it's on the website. Yeah, nobody's going to remember. Who's going to remember that? Yep. And I wish everybody a very reflective and safe Memorial Day. I can't say happy Memorial Day because nothing happy about losing our soldiers and our men and women who fought for this great country. But let's be reflective and let's remember them and hold them in high regard for that. And certainly a happy Mother's Day to all our lovely moms, including my mother who lives right over the golf course. So I was telling them earlier today. And she's a Holbrook girl too. So God bless all our moms. Those who are with us and those who have passed, we'll remember them well. So thank you guys. Have a great and safe month. And we'll see you all in like mid-June. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, do you want to say anything? No? You're good? Okay.
Just YouTube. Make mention about YouTube.
What's that? Oh, yeah. And don't forget, you're on? Yeah, don't forget to check out our YouTube. This meeting will actually be on the YouTube. So if Anthony said anything, we got to make sure we have that. Also, the library, if you want to share that, get the word out for them. They got a lot of great resources. I didn't know they were doing passports, too. How nice is that? You're not stuck with just going to the post office. So, yeah, check out our YouTube channel, Holbrook Chamber. So thank you very much. And Kevin, in a flash photo corp and videography, we appreciate you too, Kevin. Thank you.